Hi everybody, it's Rabbi Mark Fishman here, and welcome to the Synagogue With No Walls project. I'm here today with holistic psychologist Stephane Bensoussan, and I'd like to ask you some questions about the area of mental health, mental illness, mental well-being, and specifically, if you could share with us what is your approach to therapy? What is your approach to some of the issues from a larger perspective?
So, as a holistic psychologist, I always compare and look at an individual from a global perspective. Holistic means the total person. So, we're looking at their mind, looking at their body, looking at their spirit, understanding what's going on in their thought process and their emotions that they feel, what's going on in their body, what's going on medically, health wise, nutritionally, and so forth. And spiritually, how are they connected to God? How are they connected to their passions? Are they on their path of what they're supposed to be doing? How do they feel all around? If there's an imbalance somewhere in their mind or body or spirit that creates disharmony, creates disconnection. So my job is to kind of help them find where they're out of balance and help them to recover that balance in a fairly short period of time. So holistic psychotherapy uses cognitive behavior therapy, psychodynamic psychotherapy, some Gestalt therapy. So all the large schools, plus we go beyond to understand the relationship between ourselves and our environment on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, and then find a way to get this person to be back on their feet as quickly as we can.
Judaism has spent most of its history looking at our relationship to ourselves from the perspective of the soul. I believe it's very important in any process of wellness to realize that we're not only physical beings, but rather spiritual beings. And if we take Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the greatest level of that pyramid would actually be that self-actualization with a purpose, having fulfillment in one's life. These are spiritual goals. Could you speak to how spirituality impacts a person's mental well-being?
Well, we're all seeking something. We're all seeking some sort of connection, a sense of belonging, first of all. So once we have a sense of physical safety and emotional safety, you're talking about Maslow, physical safety, security, making sure I have everything that I need to survive, then it becomes more, do I feel safe in my world? Do I feel safe in my relationships? Do I connect to people? Once we have all those, then the quest is, what am I here for? What's my purpose? What's this? Why was I conceived? Why was I born? There must be more to life than this. Who is my soul family? Who am I supposed to connect to? So there's more and more people who feel they have everything, but they're still missing something inside. And that's where we can come in to help them understand this is what you need, or this is where you go. Sometimes it's about connecting to yourself. A lot of the clients that I work with feel disconnected to themselves. They don't know who they are. They don't know what they're doing. They have a purpose by being a mother or being a parent or being, they have a role to play in life. So they connect to their identity and that purpose, but on a personal level, they're missing something deep. So it's very important to connect spiritually to be able to have a sense of alignment that I call mind, body, and spirit. And once those three are there, we become much more peaceful, much more integrated, and we become a model to others as well.
Now, you are also somebody who practices and teaches meditation. Meditation has become popular again in recent times. I'm thinking of the app Headspace or the app Breathe. There seems to be what Andy Puddicombe describes as a secularization of meditation. People who may have been trained as Buddhist monks and have now come back into the Western world with a sense of you don't have to be religious to be able to meditate and to have that at oneness. Where do you see meditation playing a role in mental well-being today?
It's a huge role. But first of all, there's an enormous amount of research evidence indicating the component of mindfulness. So I want to try to steer away from the idea of meditation because people feel uncomfortable with that title, with that word meditation. But we go into what we call mindfulness, And there's a huge body of evidence showing that mindfulness is very effective in reducing mental health issues, reducing pain, physical pain, emotional pain, helping people actually extend their life a little bit longer, believe it or not. People with cancer, people with any kind of health issues do much better, because what happens is that we're training the mind to process information in a very different way. So it's not just change the thoughts, but teach the brain and train the brain to work in a very different way. And then there's some neural evidence that shows that the brain actually changes its form and its structure, and there's parts of the brain that get bigger and some parts of the brain that get smaller because of the use of mindfulness or mindfulness meditation. So it's a powerful, powerful tool that has its role to play. It's not just a fad. It's here to stay because we have so much research evidence. And I'm happy to teach it. This is an approach I've been using since the early 90s. So mindfulness meditation is a tool that we need to all learn. We've started to integrate it into the schools. Last year I did a presentation and program with HFS actually, and we integrated it with the kids. So the kids have a mindful moment every day. Twice a day they learn how to stop and focus on what's going on around them and connect to themselves a little bit and find a little bit of quiet throughout their busy day. So it's good that the kids are doing it now. We have to support, the community has to support it. You have to support it. You have to learn how to do it for yourself and understand what that mindfulness is all about.
I'm very much looking forward to learning from you an approach to mindfulness, and we welcome you to Congregation Beth Tikvah, and we look forward to October 26th, having not only a Friday night Shabbat meal together, but also what promises to be a fascinating panel discussion too.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.